Mike the Troop Jackson, back with another edition of Fighters Talk. I'm here in cold ass Minneapolis. Well, no, we're in Prior Lake, right?
Yeah, Prior Lake.
It's cold as fuck here. It's like -11 right now, I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's cold as hell.
I know. But I'm here with my guy, Jean-Pierre Saint Louis. You know what? Every time I watch you fight, I just get excited. When I see your name on the card. Got my Haitian brother here, man. How you feel? It's LFA 82 on deck.
Yeah.
We had weigh-ins not too long ago. All right, how do you replenish for you? How do you like to rehydrate and refuel after whatever your I don't know how drastic your weight cuts are.
Yeah.
But like, how do you like to rehydrate?
So this is my first time I'm working with a nutritionist, Ben Locken.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this weight cut actually went a lot smoother than normal. You know, he made me my rehydration shakes. He's under Lockhart and Lee.
Oh,
so
nice.
I had 4 rehydration shakes. I don't know what goes in them, probably some dextrose, coconut water, stuff like that. But he gets real scientific with it, making sure he knows like what we started at and then what we got to, what it took, our diet plan, and he made me some great shakes. And this is my first time. It's like I feel great. You know, this is one of the first weight cuts and rehydration where I didn't have cramps.
Oh
So
man, and for I don't think people understand the importance of weight cuts and how it can affect the fight, affect your performance, and things like that. I mean, before, did you have a drastically different process as far as like your nutrition and diet and things like that?
Yeah, I definitely had a different process. It wasn't that smooth.
Right.
It wasn't great at all.
What for you now that you sort of switched it and adjusted things? Like how far are you starting out on your cut?
Okay, so I started this. I started the diet at 197.
Okay.
And pretty lean at 197 too. You know, like you guys see me when I'm weighing in. It's like I'm pretty shredded up. It's like, and pretty much it's like if I lose like 5 pounds, you can see a big difference already from 197. So the cut actually does get a little bit annoying because I have that lean muscle mass. But for this one, it went pretty smooth. My other ones, those aren't too those aren't too good. I mean, you saw me the last time. It's like I had to go run back and cut weight some more again, but this time I had the energy. I wasn't feeling like I was about to pass out. I was able to just go in, hit 2 sessions at 12 minutes, and then I dropped almost 2 pounds in that session. So I definitely know that the nutrition plan that I was on under Ben Locken helped me. It's like I was holding on to some water because my body probably got a little too hot, but I was able to go and release it. And my other processes, my body doesn't want to release it at all.
I got you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. One thing, like I said, that stood out here, man, is the weather. And I know you train out of Roufusport.
Yeah.
Milwaukee. You're not from here.
No, I'm from. I'm from Baltimore. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, but I moved to Milwaukee.
But that's cold too, though, man.
Yeah, it's cold, but it's not
cold.
too bad. It ain't the
What do you
negative
mean
11. I'm like, yo, it's
How
a
cold
different
is it
cold.
just out there? Okay. Different. What type of cold is in Baltimore?
Like Baltimore, you can get to the lower. I think like usually when I was growing up there, sometimes you get like the 23. That'd be like the coldest of the coldest.
See, that's the coldest. Like this particular trip, I was like, yo, check the weather. It's February. We're going to Minnesota. We don't know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So I checked the weather. I'm thinking 30.
You're in for a
32.
surprise.
Yo, I swiped, and so it still had the Houston joint out, right? And once that joint refreshed, and it said -11 and low, and I was just like,
Bruh.
what are you talking about?
Bruh.
Like, what are you talking about?
When we pulled up, all of the windows in my car, all of them were filled with ice on the inside. It's like I was touching it. I was like, "Oh, this is ridiculous, dog." It's like, why am I out here?
So that's one thing for me as a fighter. I love the warm climate, especially for cutting weight.
Yeah.
You can just wake up. I may go outside and get like a little jog up just to kind of get the blood flowing. And I may go here like the hot tub or something like that. But I can just go outside. You can't do that in these types of climates, man.
No.
So for someone out in Milwaukee, whoever in Baltimore, whatever, what do you do in those types of conditions to cut weight, to lose weight, if you go outside at all?
Bundle your ass up and you get to the gym. That's pretty much what I do. It's like, yo, and you know,
they keep the heaters going at the gym.
Yeah, they got the heaters going. It's pretty good on the inside. It's like Milwaukee's all about their heat.
Okay.
It's like during the summer, during the winter time, I think it's illegal to even cut someone's electricity if they're not paying, just because it gets that cold.
Right.
I think during the winter months, whenever the winter months start, they gotta make sure that heat is pumping. It's like because people die outside.
Well, right. And so one thing for me though, like, people do die. Man, you know, so when it's cold in Houston, and when I say cold, I'm talking making like the 40s, and I'm like, yeah, it's cold out here, son. But you know, when it's 40 in the gym, you know, I train in Main Street, so it's kind of an old school of a gym, and like if you don't like whatever the element is outside, whatever the temperature is, that's kind of what you're gonna get in the gym.
Okay.
So when it gets cold in Houston, yo, the gym, it's like, and it's a different kind of cold. It's not the same type.
Yeah.
Like when I go to Denver, right? When I go to Denver, I can go outside in a Denver 40 with like nothing, like a shirt, like a t-shirt, short sleeves, some shorts, whatever. Nah, I mean it's cold, but I'll be all right.
All right.
Yo, a 20 Houston or a 40 Houston or a 40 Houston. I got the hoodie on, son. I got the beanie on. I'm like, no.
Double up on the socks and
dude,
shit.
it's a different kind of cold. But you out here now, out here in Prior Lake, you have a big fight.
Yeah.
What is it like for you fighting for, not fighting for LFA, but being in that type of spotlight that LFA provides for its fighters? I mean, we're feeder lead to the UFC for the most part. So what does that do for you? Like whether it's pressure or motivation, fighting on a card. You know, before we were on a TV network. Now we're on UFC Fight Pass. There's all these eyes on you. You know, you're trying to get to the big show.
Yeah.
What is that like for you, fighting in front of those people at this level?
Honestly, it's fun.
Okay.
Like for me, my first LFA fight was a short notice. Like I had 3 weeks. I had a tough opponent, Tyler Ray. He's on a tear right now. It's like I like watching him fight, and he's out of a good gym, Hard Knocks 365. That was on I think 21 days, just about.
Okay.
And then last minute it got bumped up to TV, and I'm like, some people that would scare them. I was like, let's go. I was like, everybody's watching. And that's something that my mom talked to me about. Okay. She was like, you know, ever since you're a little boy, you never died for attention. It wasn't anything like that, but it's like when I was doing something and I had the attention on me, if it was something I was comfortable with, I'm like, watch. It's like I want everybody to watch. It's same thing when I was like in Baltimore or whatever. If we're having like a bathroom fight, it's like, no, I want all the friends to see it. It's like no.
You fight in school? You guys fight in school?
Yeah, I didn't get suspended all too much because I was smart. You know, my parents are Haitian. There ain't no fighting in school and getting suspended a lot. I got suspended for fighting one time.
That was it?
Yeah, and luckily I didn't get in trouble. It was I told them, I was like, hey, I was saying something to somebody, someone butt in.
Right.
And they tried to tell me something, and you can't tell me something without me responding back.
Correct.
So I said something back, he pushed me, and I'm not gonna go and say exactly what I did because that part might make people think I'm weird. But it's like I got up and we started fighting. It was like that was it. And I ain't get in trouble for it or nothing like that. My dad was like, my parents always said, you know, you don't start anything.
Correct.
It's like if someone goes and hits you, you hit them twice.
I think all black parents said that.
Pretty much.
I think it was like, yo, don't start nothing, but if he hits you, hit him back.
Right?
No, tell us that. And I was like, all right, and I wasn't even a fight like growing up. Like I never really got into fights. I was like, you know, with cousins and shit like that. But it was always still, it's like, yo, somebody hit you, you better hit him back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't just let people run over you, know what I'm saying? So I get that. What is it like first generation born here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is it like growing up in a Haitian household? I hear stories. Funny thing is, right, so I'm Creole as well. Okay, I think let me see, who got off the ship first? Your people got off the ship first. And then they kept going. Because I have some people from that Haiti, the Haiti ancestry as well.
Yeah.
So
a lot of them came over to New Orleans and kind of brought that culture with them.
Exactly. Favorite food? Creole dish.
Okay.
Creole dish.
Griot. If you ever had, it's the fried pork, bun en pesette, jiri jonjon, and macaroni gratin. And that's the Haitian macaroni. And then it's the black rice with you can do it with lima beans or sweet peas. And it's the jonjon is a mushroom. So what you do is you put the mushroom in the water, you boil it, and then you take the mushroom out, and then you use that black water that's left, and you throw the rice in there. Actually, not first. I think you cook the peas first.
Okay.
I have made it before. It's banging, but it's like I don't remember exact steps to it, but it's like I've made it and it came out good. And those banan peze, which is a fried plantain, you press it. Peze, I mean, you gotta know about plantain. Yeah, I've been seeing the True Food Tours. It's like you be eating good out there, man. I'm telling you, like when I'm cutting weight, I'm like,
hey,
let me just go click on it.
He's like, yo, I know I got a fight coming. I know Mike gonna be there.
But I feel like, some of these places, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's what I do it for.
Yeah.
But what is it like growing up in a Haitian household? And just in America, like at that age, you're the first generation here. What was it like for you?
Church every Sunday.
Yeah.
All the holidays. I mean, I don't go to church anymore. I'm not super religious, but religion is still so big in my family. I still say stuff like "Thank God," "God bless," and all those type of things. But it's like maybe I don't like believe in it as much, but I still respect it in the sense that one of the things my grandmother, she passed in October, and even though it's like I have a hard time with like believing in certain things, it's like because of her, she was such a devout Christian, I can't disrespect it. And it's like after that happened, it's like my jokes kind of stopped, and it's like because of her, it's like, yo, I know she's watching me. Even if I don't, it's like that Haitian culture is like no matter what, you're still stuck. It's like, yo, she went to heaven, she ain't go nowhere else. It's like I can't make myself believe anything else, and it's like she's a saint, and she was like, this is my first fight without her praying for me.
Oh man.
And she, Haitian grandmothers, she would pray for first day of school, start a new job. All those things, even up when I was going back to school to get my degree, I was 25 or whatever, and it's like, my mom was telling me, it's like, Mama prayed for you. And it's like, it doesn't matter, but a lot of church, and in my family, a lot of Haitian families, but especially my family, love and respect for your family. Older ones take care of the younger ones. It's like I started babysitting and helping my grandma with kids when I was able to walk, pretty much. It's like, if you can walk, and you can find something, it's like, go get the diapers.
There you go.
And all that stuff, and it's like, that's why today it's like I'm so family oriented. And I'm almost like, yo, I don't care what people think about me. It's like, it's all about my family.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Being come from an Asian background, when you decided to get into combat sports, what was their reaction? I'm trying to see if we had the same reaction as yours.
Dog, it was bad. My friends remember. I know my dad and my mom remember. It was in order for me to fight, I had to fight like with my parents, and I had just started like community college and all that stuff, and I was just training. My dad was always cool with training martial arts. He always wanted me to be a dual black belt. And wanted in judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and.
Did he train at all or compete?
He did in Haiti. He did some Shotokan karate. I think he did some out here. My dad got a mean sidekick.
There you go. Shotokan.
Yeah, and he used to ask me all the time. He's like, "How come you don't throw sidekicks?" I mean, it's just not my thing. It's like I'm throwing it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, dog. One day, like you get a guy, right? You get him, giving him the business, and like he's about to be out of there. You just gotta throw. You just gotta think about Philly Pops. And just launch that joint, dog.
Boom!
Just launch it.
You're probably so happy.
Dude, and
I've been asking for it.
There it is right there. But, so you had to fight with him a little bit.
Yeah, and things got a little hairy. I was younger. I didn't know how to maneuver it as well. I'm kind of one of those people, it took me time to learn how to say what I want without trampling over people. I have a bad habit of, it's like, I'm getting annoyed, I'm saying whatever I want. I get it from my mom. It's like I get it from her, my granddad, and he had a mean temper on him, but he was dope. Like, I loved him. He passed when I was 11.
I enjoy, that's one of my favorite pastimes, I guess, is getting with the elders, man, and just hearing these crazy stories from back in the day. And it was a different time.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we're hearing some from our friends or even our parents. Like, that was an entirely different
everything.
Everything.
Culture was different, especially when they talking about like their stories in Haiti.
Right.
It's like
right.
my dad told me some stories. I'm like, you dropped a rock on somebody's head? He was like, yeah. He was like, he was trying to bully me. Yo. I was too small. I dropped a rock on his head.
I mean, you gotta do.
I hope you don't get mad about it. It's like my dad don't play, man. It's like my dad was about that life. He was very quiet. He believes he's a stern. It was like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
And I try to take that approach. I'm a little bit like both of them. I got my mom in me who's a little bit more loud, and it's like, what you say to me? And it's like right there. But then also I'm laid back. I don't like to get into anything like that. But it's like I also got a little mouth on me. I know you see my jokes. It's like I be roasting people.
Yeah.
But
you gotta give them the business.
Haitians talk the most. It's like the most. You probably
Very
black people.
true.
Black people everywhere. They just be talking. And
is there a Haitian Twitter? You know,
like,
I know
like
you know
Black Twitter.
We got Black Twitter, but there's a Haitian Twitter.
I think so.
I'm about to jump on it
because, man,
I'm about to jump on.
I just got introduced to it a little bit, and that should be having me dead because the jokes is just like, yo, I understand all these things.
Right.
It's like my mom. I had a vision. You're not going out today. That's one of those things.
That's a real life one, dog. That's a real life one. I remember. I didn't get to that because that Haitian side has kind of passed. Those generations ago, but I think those kinds of cultural, I don't even know whatever the parents
nuances
do.
Or whatever.
Yeah. I think that it's just passed down from down the line.
Yeah.
So I think that's really a black thing. Because I know my grandma used to say some shit like that. My mom used to say stuff like that. So
it makes sense. I mean, because you think about it, it's like we came from Africa.
Right.
Everyone just got stopped at a different spot. We stuck together. We want to keep our stories, and that's why, like, when black people say something funny, we run away. Some people were like, yo, that started from slavery. And they said, we don't want the masters to see us laughing.
Right.
So we all
we all did.
And I was like, yo, that makes sense.
Dude. The funny thing about that, there's a bunch of shit that just kind of popped up recently where you really never knew the origin stories of a lot of these colloquialisms or sayings or whatever. And then you start picking up on, and a lot of shit comes from like that time, that time period, the slavery time, and it's just like the cotton pickings, and there were some others that kind of popped in my mind recently, but even that one, and it's just like, it's different.
Hush puppies.
Yeah.
I've been reading. I'm like, I'd always learned that hush puppies, they named it. There's different stories for it, but like different uses. They say that they were like cooking, and then in order to get the dogs to stop barking,
right.
go and feed them some deep fried cornbread. That's what a hush puppy is. But then they said that slaves would also use them when they were running away. If dogs were like on their track, they said they would drop them. And
I'm like, the light bulb just went off, dog.
And I'm like, yo, I never heard that.
I never heard that.
But I'm like, yo, that kind of make a lot of sense.
Who am I to question it?
Exactly. I'm just like, man, yo, that probably happened.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're a runaway slave, you got balls, you're thinking, you're the ingenuity there, so it's like,
that makes sense.
Drop some stuff.
That makes sense. Speaking of ingenuity, big fight.
Yeah.
LFA 82 here, Prior Lake. What do you know about your opponent?
I now know that he likes to get in people's face and get all.
Is he from is he Armenian or something? He had the black joint with the gold joint in the middle. I was like, yo, unzip that joint.
Get the little necklace on there.
Yeah, he had the shades on.
I have no idea.
He didn't like you though. He was in your face today.
Yeah, he was.
And he was taller than you. He was just like, what was that about? What is like when you got to do, right? Because at the end of the day, we're both fighters. We're both skilled. We're both gonna get in that thing tomorrow. Like, is it for you? Is that necessary? Not you personally, but like whether it's your opponent and they do that. Does it really do anything or mean anything to you?
No, not really.
Okay.
But like deep down, the fighter in me, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in my face like that? It's like, we're about to fight tomorrow. You ain't got to do. But then I'm also like, people got their different ways to get themselves pumped up.
That's true.
So I'm like, what I have to worry about what you're doing? It's all about what I'm doing.
Correct.
And it's like,
correct.
He did the thing. I don't. Like, you saw me out there, I was just like...
I was laughing. You was laughing.
Okay.
I was laughing. We was all laughing.
Yeah, and that's how I operate. One of the things that Duke was telling me, he was like, you're a person that likes to have fun. You joke around, you be dancing, all that stuff. It's like, bring that energy out. It's like, you ain't got to try to be super serious if that's not you.
And see, and that's what I learned. Like, for me, like, that super seriousness is not me.
Yeah.
I actually perform, like, if I get, like, all psyched out or whatever, and I get, like, in the zone.
Yeah.
I do much worse. Like for me,
because you're all tense and things aren't working right.
My best performances, dude. I had a kickboxing. It was an LK card. I'm literally, before they call in the back, I'm sitting on the stool, right? My Coach Bob, he's coming, he's getting a bucket. One of the homeboys who was just in the back, at the time I had a handlebar mustache. So I'm on the stool, we all chop it up, they about to come out or whatever, and boy comes over and he's like, twist the mustache, because I had my gloves on, so I couldn't twist it, right? I couldn't twist it. He's like, no, I'm like, I got you. And so we all shooting the shit, having a good time.
Yeah.
You know? And I went out there and but
or just hands. You were hand, yeah.
But Crew was like, yo, you got these big ass legs. You should be kicking more. And like, if I kick the pad, yo, you got heavy. And I'm like, it's like the hands though, son. Like,
yeah.
I am working the elbows into the mix.
I saw you posting about that. Yeah, you got the elbow pad.
I go out to some training and I see people get the elbow pads. The first pair I had was those Venom joints. They just bad. I remember I was sparring one day and I had to do the clinch and I didn't realize the elbow pad slipped. And I'm the guy in training. I'm still gonna pull.
Yeah.
I'm just that guy. And I remember I had him in the clinch and I went and boom, and all I felt was his jaw on my elbow, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." I didn't mean to.
Did you cut him?
No.
Okay.
It was right on the jaw.
Okay.
And, but I felt bad though, and because I didn't realize it slipped down. So I've been kind of hesitant to use those techniques.
Yeah.
And so I saw the elbow pass. It's kind of like the full one, like here.
It's the combat sports one, right?
Yeah. And I seen some higher level guys use it. So I was like, I went down, I was like, ah shit, Amazon, boop, that bar. I got the elbow pass and the knee pass. I got the whole set. And then first day I was using.
Going crazy.
I hit one dude. I came with the back. He's like, oh shit, that was good. I ain't never had hit nobody like that. Oh shit, you got with elbows.
Yeah.
You know? So, but for me, it's just about I had adding those techniques. But she got your man though, man. He's in the zone. He got the shades on. He's ready. You say it doesn't do anything for you, but tomorrow night. We're not running like no slaves tomorrow night from throwing the hush puppies out. Like I said, when I watch, I'm always excited because you bring different skills to the fight. But for tomorrow night, without giving any things away, what's the strategy for this? Is it the same as before, or are we kind of tailoring it a little bit differently?
Same mindset, just a different approach.
Fair enough.
I bring it. Stay in your face. I'm gonna have to stay in his face because that man is 6'5".
It's tall shit.
Yeah, I think the tallest person I ever fought was 6'6" for my pro debut, but he's 1 inch shorter. But it's no different thing. It's like a tall man is just a tall man. We've seen plenty of them get beat, but my whole approach to this one is just my coach was Scott Cushman.
Okay.
I got Duke Rufus as well, but for this one, for the hands, he's always been holding pads for me just about since like 4 months I got here. It's start fast, finish with power. Don't start with the power because he's a tall guy. He's going to be moving and all that stuff.
Correct.
So you start with the power, you get stuck, and you get hit. So it's not going to be a lot of being planted. I just got to pepper him, keep the lead hand going, and then fit the right hand in. Don't try to force it.
Correct.
Everything, as you know, you like boxing, it's like your right hand comes when that jab is working. It's like you don't always have to hit him, but you're setting it up, keeping it in his face, giving him something to worry about, move, boom. It's like you got the body, but I'm bringing the same intensity that I always bring, as I can finish it on the ground, I can finish it standing, and I think he's a tough cat, he's 7-3,
Correct.
and Detroit people are tough. I usually give all right, he's from, I think Midwest people are tough.
I agree actually. I agree. I think it's the frigidness, man. It's the climate. It's a different type of environment that you have to like dealing with life in general is different, and I feel that it gives people a different type of hunger and motivation at times.
Yeah.
So I get it.
You gotta leave your house to go to the gym. It's like you gotta fight the cold.
Dude,
but
I was talking to, I can't remember her name, chatting over her last night, and she is from somewhere where I can't even think of it off the top of my head. Somewhere like an environment like this.
Like a Vikings?
Yeah, and so I'm asking her, I was like, because for me, like, I don't like training in the cold.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, yo, like, when you're, she told me, she was like, the cold at one day, like, minus 50. So she's in that kind of environment. So I was just like, yo, like, how do you find the motivation to get up and to go and train in these kind of environments? She was like, you just got to do it. Like, there is no alternative to this type of training. Hello.
Hi.
That was
Yeah.
she don't like this.
She
Real quick, guys. So, 2019, you go undefeated.
Yeah.
You go 3-0. What did you learn from? Because it was a flip side from 2018.
Yeah.
What did you learn from last year in these 3 wins that you can carry on into the current year and beyond? What did you learn to sort of take you to the next level?
Stay hungry. You got to go into the gym with a mindset where it's like, Duke says, flip the switch, you're ready to work. We only have an hour and a half for our pro practice, which is the hardest practice that we have.
Okay.
You got to go in there, just going to get work with no mental agenda is pointless. And I think that's one of the things that I was doing in 2018. I was just like going in thinking that, it's like, I'm here. It's like, I have talent. I'm coming off of 2017 where I had 2 stoppages right in a row.
Right.
I'm like, it's like, I got talent. It's like, I just got to work. But I was working with no real agenda. Like, I didn't have like a wrestling game.
Okay.
I didn't have much of a defense game either. Like, the fights, it's like, I would strike, you'd come at me, I would try to choke you out.
Okay.
One of those things. And, after my last loss in 2018, Mike Biggie Rhodes and Gerald were there in the corner, and they sat me down in the back. They're like, yo, it's like, you got to work on some things. It's like, you got to get your defense up, you got to get your wrestling up, you got to be more well-rounded. And it's just like, I was doing jiu-jitsu, and it's like I could do the moves and whatnot, but it's like I was still missing that piece, tying it together.
Okay.
And they were just not in a bad way, but they're like my bigger brothers, and it was just constructive criticism. And the same thing with like my coaches too. They were like, yo, you gotta have like a different mindset when you come in, because you kind of just come in and you like, I train hard, but everyone trains hard. That's what they would tell me. It's like, everybody's training hard. It's like, what is setting you apart? And after the last loss, I was like, dude, I didn't move out here to be a loser. And it's like, I want to win. My parents were always saying, it's like, anything you do, you have pride in it, and try to be the best at it. Don't try to be just average.
Correct.
And that's the same mentality over at Roufusport. And I had to dig down. I'm like, what am I missing? Like, looking at different athletes, it's like, what are they doing? And I actually started listening to Kobe stuff a little more. And it's like, I would have that hunger, but then sometimes I'd be like, man, being competitive it can be a mental drain on yourself. And it's like, you gotta be ready. Being competitive is not something that's like, I'm gonna be competitive today, not be competitive tomorrow.
Correct.
No, you gotta hit that gym hard. You gotta not try to win the rounds, but enforce what you're trying to work on.
Correct.
Now, you're gonna slip up. Don't be scared to fail. But there are certain things I just wasn't working on because it's like, I'm not good at that. I don't.
Correct.
It's like, why do that? And it was just soul searching.
Same thing with me and elbows. Same thing with me and elbows. It's the same kind of thing. And that was sort of the turning point for me this year as well. I was like, I know my hands are good, even at the level I'm at. I feel like at that level, like hands, I can just starch catch. You know what I'm saying? But it's not just that. What else is there, and what else can I improve on? And again, I'm going into the gym, I'm hitting the bag, I'm hitting mitts, but I'm not really adding to the repertoire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
kind
I said,
of just going through the motions.
Right. And I'm getting better at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But what about the things that I'm not focusing on and paying attention to?
Yeah.
And I need to get better at those as well. And so, same thing for 2020. That was my mindset, and I think I'm about to cut the motherfucker up. I think so. I hope so.
It's fun. My last fight, I
know.
had him on the ground. I'm just like,
Copa get it on. That was my favorite picture. Dog.
Yeah, my family loved that one. They're like, yo, you're such a Zoe. It's like, I wasn't born there, but the culture is so...
The culture, dog.
Yeah, it's so strong in our family,
yeah,
and it's like, I'm just dancing. It's like, I'm having a good time, I'm grooving. And I was just excited, because it's like, yo, that was the first time... I mean, I had my fight in May, where we first met. It's like, I took him down, had some elbows, but that time, It's like I cut him.
Yeah.
It's like I was messing him up and forced him to give me.
It was right in front of my face too, and I was like, oh, fucking.
And you could hear Biggie loud and clear. It's like, post that right leg up, posture on his face, boom, drop it. And I was just.
Isn't it cool like that? I'm glad you said that. Shout out to me. That's my guy right there.
Yup.
Isn't that a beautiful thing when you have like solid instruction coming from the corner and you can hear it and it's clear and it's precise and it's not like, oh, punch him or do this. It's like, do this. Okay, do that. Now do that. Okay, move over here. And it's solid instruction. Yeah. As opposed to like my favorite. Punch him in the heart.
Yep. Or what was it with Diego Sanchez? If it gets sticky, get a takedown. Like what?
What does that even mean?
That whole fight was weird.
I get that people have coded language.
Yeah.
That's not coded language.
That was.
What does get sticky mean?
There's so many different like.
What did you think about the coach though? What did you think about the coach?
He wasn't one.
Fair.
Really. I was like, well, do you remember Diego Sanchez back in the day? And then the Diego Sanchez now, like, man was walking
nightmare.
in. I was just like,
dog, when he did the nightmare peacock strut.
That's what I call it, the peacock.
I was like, yo, who is this? He went from the nightmare to the dream to, I guess, kind of back to the nightmare to whatever the fuck that was. And if he wouldn't have got illegally kneed in the face, that was the face, right? Wasn't it the face? Was it knees in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was down.
I think it was. I don't even remember.
It was a legal knee.
And I know he didn't want to be in the fight no more, really. I was like, because he was losing. And I hate to talk about like a great like that, but it's like he knew. He knew what he was doing.
But when you look at it, though, when you see when he did this, and you're just like, who? Like, if someone have done that in the past and it worked and that was their thing, all right, I get it. I've never seen Diego do that. And he was just like, no, stop it. Or the Forceville, the key, whatever he was doing. I was taken aback and it was kind of frustrating to watch.
Fans. Like, we were legit fans of that man, and it's just like,
real fight fans. Happened? And then you got the dudes kind of going back and forth. It's trash. Weird. Friday night, Mystic Lake Casinos, LFA 82.
Yep.
Got a big fight. We know we know people are going to be watching, but you're prepared.
Yeah.
And you're ready for battle. So my Haitian brother, I can't wait to see you do your thing.
I appreciate it, dog. The support is real. I mean, we only met each other last May, and you remember how we had that back from rocking?
Yeah.
You just came in there, like you heard the music.
Oh yeah.
And then walked in. It's like Gerald dancing.
But see,
I'm dancing.
I gravitate toward people who are like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I see good dudes like yourself, Gerald, Big E, Duke,
Rafion.
fucking Duke, right? Oh my God, Rafion.
We had Brendan Allen in the back. I know y'all go back.
Me and B go back. That's my guy. But when you're around a solid, good group of people, man, it's just hard. I just gravitate toward it, man.
Yeah.
So that's how you think, you and I feel have connected and clicked and gone out well.
Even eating dinner
because of that.
after fights, I stopped hanging out with my crews. Like, got my man Tyler, my girlfriend. We're all just chilling. It's like, yo, you want to sit with us?
And see, now I can appreciate that, man. So my dude, we gonna do it again.